Hey, welcome back to the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge, and today we have Encanto at the Hollywood Bowl. This is a live concert performance nowhere else but the Hollywood Bowl. This is from 2022. It's 46 minutes long, and it gives you the film and all the musical highlights of the film, but live on stage with the original actors who performed the characters for the film. And being that this is a film that was made during the pandemic, yeah, a lot of these performers have never performed these songs together on stage in front of an audience ever. Normally, this is the kind of thing that, like a D23 Expo, Disney will always, hey, we got a new movie coming out. Here's some songs from it and the people performing it. Maybe. I don't remember if that happened, because it had been 2019 was the last, the last D23 before this movie came out. So I don't know. Maybe they did, maybe they didn't. I don't recall. But either way, this is a tremendous kind of accomplishment for Lin-Manuel Miranda, who he's no stranger to the stage. He's the guy who created Hamilton, but this is the first time he's ever been to the Hollywood Bowl to see a performance, and it's his own music. I mean, come on. That's how amazing is that? To just, hey, you know what? I'm this historic venue that's over 100 years old, has been the touchstone for culture and music and historic performances for a century. And your first concert you go to is your own music. That's pretty dang fantastic. So what do you get here? Like I said, it's 46 minutes, so it's not the full movie. You get story bits thrown in between. You get the build-up. You get to introduce the characters. It's a family magical. And you get Stephanie Beatrice, who is dressed up as Mirabelle. All the characters are pretty much dressed up as their characters in the films, for the most part. Usually it's just a color match, color scheme kind of thing, but Mirabelle, Stephanie, is fully in the outfit with the glasses and everything else. Maybe not so horn-rimmed, but still the glasses. By the way, I'm so used to seeing Stephanie Beatrice as Rosa from Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and she plays a very grim, uptight, very, let's say, violent, but no expressions of violence really. But she's on the show. But she's a tough gal on that show, and to see her dancing, singing, smiling is such a rare, unusual thing. She has a few moments of that in Brooklyn Nine-Nine, but they're rare and they're precious. And this, to see her performing with joy throughout this. I realized that was her voice in the movie when I heard it, but to see her performing it with such fantastic, just jubilant, just expressions is just unsettling in a good way for me. What I didn't realize is that her perfect sister, the one who's just makes things bloom all around her, Diane Guerrero, I didn't realize that was Crazy Jane from Doom Patrol. She's been in a bunch of other stuff as well, as has Stephanie. But the idea that when I saw her, I'm like, wait, I recognize her. Where do I know her from? And I had to look her up, and I'm like, oh, I watched Doom Patrol. She also is very grim, serious, dark in that show, and to see her performing with such joy and just jubilation is fantastic. Jubilation I've used a lot, but that barely sums up the feeling you get from watching this movie. If you are a fan, or your kids are a fan, and they have played that movie repeatedly in your home, nonstop, this is a chance for you to maybe mix it up if you haven't seen this yet, this version of it yet. It gives you, again, all the songs that you love. We don't talk about Bruno, and you get to see all just the major touchstones throughout the movie, with just a little less story in the middle. but everybody gets it. Everybody knows. But we're all here for the music anyway, for the most part. So if a plot point is missed here or there, it's no big deal. You're here to see them perform, and there's so much singing and dancing and celebration and explosions of color with confetti and streamers, and of course at the end, if you've been to the Hollywood Bowl, the end of every performance on a good night that is with the weather where the weather is with you, it finishes off with a spectacular fireworks display. So this show in itself, I think I've only watched Encanto once or twice, and I enjoyed it. I loved it, but to see it in this way with the live performers and the singers and all the dancers, I think it said there was more than 50 performers in addition to the main cast, just contributing, even moving into the crowd and everything else. It had to be a magical experience to see it there. But what we get in this is a few extra enhancements in seeing it in this angle, because we have different camera angles. We don't just have our seat to sit in to see everything happening around us. And there is no bad seat, really, in the Hollywood Bowl. It's closer or it's further away, but either way, if you're there for the music, you can't help but enjoy it, even if you're way in the back in the nosebleeds area. I've never sat near the front, unfortunately. That is a dream, to see a really good performance near the front in one of the box seats, but that's for the rich people. So when I've been there in the past, it's usually been for John Williams conducting his music. Of course, Star Wars and every Spielberg film and George Lucas film and everything else in between. It's always a mesmerizing and big Star Wars nerd night, and it's enough to make a Star Wars fan break into tears. This almost made me break into tears just watching this performance, just because it's so freaking cool. There is one sort of intermission point in this after one of the big performances between Stephanie and Diane. They cut away to one of the teachers, one of the people who's in charge of the music and mapping out the performances and things. I didn't get her name, unfortunately, but she has a bunch of kids with her, and she's basically brought in a bunch of kids who have been accepted to perform a song. They don't know what song or where or why or what it's involved with. They literally they're from, I guess, Academy of Kids who sing. I don't know. I don't know where they came from. They probably said it, but I missed it. And they're all like 10 and under or something like that, I guess. They're all little kids. And so they're all just, singing a song here and there. And we don't get to hear those songs that they perform, but they seem to be pretty cool with the fact that they might get to perform a song somewhere in Hollywood. It's not unheard of to get hired for something and not really know where you're going to be performing. It could be, downtown at a special celebration. It could be at a special concert hall for something from some pop star. Who knows? But when Lin-Manuel Miranda shows up on that TV screen, some of the kids are like, who? I haven't seen Hamilton. Other kids are like losing their minds that Lin-Manuel is talking to them and inviting them to perform at the Hollywood Bowl for Encanto. And then you get to see their excitement and preparation as they arrive, and then they cut back to the show, and you get to see their performance with the humongous cast, and it's pretty dang cool. So, yeah, there's so many great little moments. And I love it when kids get excited about something that, I can't sing. I can't sing, but I would lose my mind for the opportunity to stand on a stage and at least mouth the sounds while other people do all the great singing, just for whatever performance that, as long as it's a good show, nothing awful. But man, to be that young and to be able to say you performed in the Hollywood Bowl in front of an audience of thousands, that's inspirational. That's amazing. So I can't recommend this enough. This is just, it's exciting, it's colorful, it's fun, it's just for those of you who already love the film, And if you have kids who keep watching the film over and over again, here's your chance to watch something that is just the highlights, in a sense, but performed live by the cast itself. And that's to me, that these moments are rare. You can't just see these performers. Oh, they're going to be in Florida next week, or they're going to go to perform in New York, or they're going to perform in Texas or Colorado or Oregon, whatever. You can't see it. It only happens at the Hollywood Bowl. Now, I could be wrong, and somebody's going to say, oh, I saw that performance when they played at the Civic Center in my town. Okay, I didn't know that. But for the most part, when you're talking about shows that happen at the Hollywood Bowl, they only happen at the Hollywood Bowl. And, yeah. It's one of the things I love about the Hollywood Bowl is not just its history, its acoustics, it's the nature that surrounds it, and the music that comes from it in so many forms. So many different artists over the last century have performed there, from big band to just modern rock, alternative, country, everything. Is performed there. Of course, just the L.A. Philharmonic, and of course John Williams is one of my favorites to see there. So, honestly, yeah, if you love music and love Encanto, this is a must-watch. And if you ever get a chance, if you come to L.A., come to Hollywood, when things aren't bad, you could probably see a show. But it's, yeah. Anyway, at least the time I'm recording this, everything's great. But if you ever get a chance to come to the Hollywood Bowl to see a concert, time it right for a show you want to see, there is a good chance that even if you're not seeing a show, come in their daytime. I think they let you walk around, take a jog, go up and down the stairs, just to see it, just to see that space, assuming there's no practice or set up for a major event. But definitely try to see something at the Hollywood Bowl, or find a date to visit when there's something that you would really love. Check out their schedule. There's something they have a schedule for their summer series of shows, especially. Watching this, by the way, everybody is in heavy coats, which means it must have been 65 degrees out, because they're so cold. At 65 degrees, they're so used to everything being perfectly warm. No, I don't know when this was filmed. I think I saw a date in the marquee for a half second, but wasn't sure. But definitely find the Hollywood Bowl. It's not hard to find, but it's a piece of beauty and history right there in the heart of Hollywood. Definitely check it out next time you get to LA. Let's pick tomorrow's episode. 73. Man, everything is pretty close together. Come on. Oh no. There's 4 of these. 3 movies, I believe. Yeah. And 1 documentary. We've already seen one of the movies. And I am not into celebrity gossip or the travails of the royals and all the other stuff. Nothing against them. I'm not against these people at all. They deserve to have the life they choose to have, but I don't need to constantly see movies about it. But a lot of people love these things, so hey, whatever. I'm gonna watch it because I'm watching everything on Disney Plus, and I've only got a little more than 100 things left, and this has to be watched. So this is Harry and Meghan escaping the palace. I'm sure there's a whole Mission Impossible kind of thing going on with that. So that's what we're watching next. Harry and Meghan escaping the palace is what we're watching next in the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge. I'll see you back here tomorrow with that. Bye.